It's time for today's Legal Minute with the Law Office of Cooley Shrair in Springfield. Today we're joined by attorney Shawn Willis. We're talking once again about special education law. And I know last time we talked about how a school has a meeting with the child to determine what his needs are. What if the parent disagrees with that ruling?
Good question. Actually, parents are always entitled to full participation in the process, and that means they also have a say in what types of services will or will not be provided. If an educational plan is developed and the parent does not agree with it, they have several options. One is to reject the plan outright. They could also obviously accept the plan, or they could reject portions of the plan. And in that case, the next step would be to either petition the Board of Education for some type of due process hearing, or they could also request that the school district have a independent evaluation performed.
Now, this independent evaluation, if the parents disagree with what the school says, that's performed by someone from outside the school district. Who has to pay for it?
That depends, but there's actually a state regulation that determines whether or not the school district's responsible for paying or the parents. It's on a sliding scale. It begins at anybody whose income is below 400% of the federal poverty guidelines would not have to pay for it, and anybody who's above 600% of the guidelines would have to pay for it themselves, and everyone in between pays a portion.
Now, there are probably parents out there that don't want to disclose financial information. What if you're not willing to tell people how much you make?
Well, if they wanted the school district to contribute or pay for some portion of it, they would have to provide the information. But of course, at any point in time, parents are entitled to get their own independent evaluation at their own expense, and then they can determine whether or not they want to share it. And one thing that should be remembered is that any student that is already qualified for free or reduced lunch is automatically entitled to a free independent evaluation.
John, great tips. Pleasure to have you here. It's important that we get kids the help they need. And for more information, call 413-781-0750 or just visit CooleyShrair.com.